Welcome back, folks, to Homestead Aquarius. Today I have 1 day left till spring. We all do. Well, here is one trillium plant. 1 trillium that I have growing here. They come up all over the place. It used to be forested on my property. Most all of it. Well, all of it was. I cleared off part of it a little over time. And the trillium prefers sheltered, shaded areas. And I've still got them out here in the open, in the sun. There's other things that, provide them that protection. In this case, this has had a little bit of protection from the direct sun, as the rest of them are. They're not as plentiful as they were. I'm going to fix that and bring some of them back. They're a neat plant. I'm going to show you a few other things, just one. One dandelion. Many seeds from that. Back here in my Jerusalem artichoke bed, sunchoke bed. Got one dandelion again that I'm going to do something with. Now, every part of the dandelion is edible, they say. I say we test it out. Okay. No, maybe not. Maybe not that part. Maybe I'm not doing it right. Yeah. Let's move on. One wild violet. I love these. When spring comes around, I look forward to seeing these beautiful, tiny little blessings. It's so beautiful. Such a tiny little thing that warms me up on the inside and says, yes, spring is almost here. And these are edible. Figure out how you use them, though. Do your research. And learn about the wild things. This is one of my favorites. Yeah, I'm sure it's one of yours. Just one. What you're seeing here, if you can see it, ouch, is one stump from one Bradford pear tree that was planted years ago. Like a lot of folks, they have Bradford pears. And a lot of people love them, and a lot of people are growing to hate them. Yep, I do not like them one bit. I have extreme prejudice against these Bradford pears. They're spreading and taking over our native forests like crazy, and crowding out important species, redbuds, dogwoods, and many others. But anyhow, if you want to grow something like a Bradford pear for its beauty and its flowers and everything, grow a real pear. I deal continually with these things spreading out. I won't preach a lot about it, but I have them everywhere. Look at that. Look at all these little Bradford pears. Not sure if you can see them, but from that one pear tree, one Bradford pear, it has spread out countless, thousands, and they're terrible to deal with. But I'm going to cut one of them and use one of them today. This Bradford pear tree, this is a branch I cut out. This is going to make me a good little thing for what I'm doing later. I'm going to use this one, and I'm using this one on these old knees. This is a little foam mat that you can get. You've seen them out there, and people like to lose these. They like them to fly out of the back of their truck, and like to give them to me. I like to pick every one of them up, amongst other things. Now look at here. I've got one tiny peach blossom from a wild peach, also often called Indian peach. Is what I've always called them. Brought over by the Spanish. They got them from the Chinese long ago. And all peaches and And, well, I think all peaches for sure. Probably other stone fruits. They all originated from China. I won't say all of them, though. Not all of them. Lots of stone fruits everywhere. But peaches certainly originated in China. And so this little blossom is a great descendant of those very first peaches that were brought here from European peoples. The Native Americans here spread these far and wide. Forever food. That's what they did. It meant something. It was valuable to them. These had intrinsic value. I had to pull off a couple of these to get one. They're very delicate. Later on, I'll have to pull blossoms off to get fruit or to get more fruit, bigger fruit on my trees. One thing you always want to do when you've got your fruit trees, let them blossom if you want, and that's fine. They're pretty. And then you pick off a few, so that it's not trying to spend all its energy on all those. Okay, so that's compostable. All right, now the one thing that's most important today, the one plant, is this tiny little seed in my single seed challenge. And it's making me nervous. It's sitting there all unprotected from Mr. Rabbit or anything else that wants to get up over here. So I'm going to give it some protection in my own special way. And something else I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of the need for me to write little things on cardboard over here. Got a long way to go following this one seed. I'm going to protect it. So y'all hang on while I get this area dressed out. Going to use these rocks. Going to mimic what I did over there with the secret garden. Going to make another shelter here for the terrible lizards that are going to protect my pear tree and hopefully my little single bean here. The terrible lizards, they don't like beans. They like the stuff that's going to come and eat the beans. So we're going to employ them. Okay, I can with all great confidence assure you that this little mat right here that I picked up for free has been an incredible blessing as I'm kneeling down on this right here as I'm making this video. Look at here. Look at what I've got here. I've tried to, or I haven't tried, I have. I've kept this away from the tree, the base of it, give it some air. I don't want to put anything all up against the bark. I want to make sure that I leave plenty of airspace in there. And yeah, but Mr. Bunny is going to have a hard time even seeing my little single seed down in there. He ain't going to see it. He ain't going to be able to get to it real easy unless he's a little tiny bunny. So I think it's safe right now from any bunnies or anything else. And what I've done here is brought in some of my rocks that I've picked up a little at a time and brought back to my place. Got them little holes for them to hide in. They can duck out of the way. They've got protection from the storms. They've got a place to live. I will work many of these things into my property, including now up under here, up under the shade tree of the tree here. This ain't going to get hot, so it won't benefit them as a sunning area, but I'm going to have those built in. What I'm hoping to do is keep my toads and frogs and lizards very happy here. Plenty of places for them to get warm in the evening, places that have soaked up the sun. I think I lose a lot of them out there on the road because of that. I think they go over there at night. Some of them sometimes are following the street lights. I'm going to add lights here. Going to do some neat things. This is probably getting a little long-winded. I'm in segments, so I'm not sure how long this is. What I'm doing here reminds me of something and someone. This reminds me of something I used to make when I was a boy. And I mean, a young man, a young boy. I was probably in the neighborhood of 5 years old, 5, 6, 7. Not much older than that. And on our farm, I used to find the flat limestone rocks that we had, and I'd pile them up, make little piles. I called them wolf houses. I don't know how a wolf was going to live in there, but these little piles of rocks about that size, in my young mind, I thought there was going to be some wolves living in there. I was making a place for them back then. I love nature and everything about it. Loved eating the food on the farm. Um, and that reminds me of a slightly older young man that I really enjoy watching. And this reminds me of one of his episodes, and him, Papa Pepper. I really appreciate that man and his family. A lot of times people leave out the family part when we think about our heroes and people that we like to watch. And they're all integrated into the thing and help him be successful and their channel be successful. And they do things as a family. And he's teaching his kids the right things. Right along the lines of my thinking. Using nature and understanding nature and letting your place be a place that's convenient and harboring and nurturing to the animals. My terrible lizards are going to be providing me with some defense out here. And when you're growing naturally your food and try not to use any chemicals or poisons or anything like that, you've got a challenge. And I'm looking to put as many things in my favor as I can. Yeah. And these terrible lizards and toads are going to do a wonderful job. And I'm probably going to have to pick a lot of little bugs off of things. I've done that in the past, and I can do it again. But natural methods, they win the day out for me in my heart. And I'm going to see what I can do here on my place to employ them in a more pointed, more dedicated way. And hopefully show y'all some things you can use. Let's see, do I want to wrap it up here? I've got one more thing. I've got one more thing I wanted to do this, dress it out and make it perfect. Maybe I'll be able to put that in, or maybe it'll be like a part 2 or bonus video. I'll see. Let me review this time. So if you see me right after I get through talking here on this one, you'll know I put it all together. You know what? I'm going to cut y'all a break. I'm going to make it a separate one. I appreciate you folks watching, and I hope you'll come back for part 2 where I do something really cool. You just wait for it. We'll see you in just a minute. Don't go nowhere.